Hello and welcome to Pantheon of the Geeks. You join us for an unboxing video of this large box here which turned up. One of the Kickstarters we did, was it nigh on nearly 18 months ago?
18 months, February,
easily.
Did you say?
Yeah, I think it was February or so. The Kickstarter ended in 2021.
Yeah.
So what's in the box, everyone's wondering. If you've read the description of the video, you'll know exactly what's in the box. So let's get the box open. Robert. Robert's joining us for the video today, yeah, so if you hear any noises, it's just him.
It's just him, it's not zombies.
He's doing some good zombie noises, huh?
He is, actually.
There we go. Right. It's a nice big box. Not the biggest box we've got.
Not actually, no.
That's a great zombie noise, huh? Oh my god.
Yeah.
Right, so I've got two big boxes at the side. So what do you think, Robert?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. So we've got a big box there. And then we have a little box at the side. Polystyrene everywhere. So that is, well, it's even on. We have gears and guns. We have dead stock. We have Abominate and Crocosaur. Keep doing the zombie noises, Robert. The long dead. Yeah, you want to open it, that's why. We have the Lone Horse pack. We have Sister Temperance. We have Steampunk Extras. We have special guests. Is that the only special guest box? Yeah. Okay, we've got a special guest box there. And then we have the Running Wild. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what you think. So we've got all this to unbox. So what shall we start with, Robert? If we translate to the main box, yeah, that's probably a good idea, Robert.
Yeah.
Right, so let us commence. So this is the main game, Zombicide Undead. Thanks, Robert. Thanks.
Start again.
Yeah. So we've got the main game, Zombicide Undead or Alive. This is the heavy part. It's quite a heavy box. This is the contents, which we're about to open up and have a look at. Still doing your best zombie noises there, Robert?
Yep. Brilliant.
Yeah, brilliant. So let's get this open.
That's just the same as that, isn't it?
Yeah, straight.
Well,
We changed something.
possibly.
Right, okay. So, I think so. Let's use a vacuum pack. Right. Okay, so let's have a look at what we have in here. We have the rules. Can you read that, Robert? Now he goes quiet. Ask him to read something. Okay, so we have box on top. So I guess this is the models, and underneath we have, yeah. So we have all the tiles and card extras there.
Looks like you've got all the characters around the base again.
Cool. So, hey. So we have the character cards there, which we'll all open in a minute. We have the other cards there. These are the player boards, done with like a wood effect on them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, they're pretty nice actually. And you got like a little explosion for the dial. So there should be 6 of those. Which are that. Right at the bottom we have an abomination in red. And then we have the box characters, which are all here. What were their names? The easiest way to have a look here. So there's plenty of characters actually in the box. Let's just undo this. Okay, so I've opened these up, and in order we have Carl. So that's Carl, he's a brawler. Yeah.
Yeah?
Now brawlers have special rules, which are actually on the back of the cards as well. I think all the brawlers have the same special rule. It's like a class system.
Oh, right, okay.
So that's pretty cool. The model for him is that one. So big machete and solo shotgun. Already liking this guy. Next up we have Conception. That is the rules for Conception. Just move my finger out of the way. And we have her. And there she is. She is an ability class. She's there. And her model is there. She's got a really cool model for a nun. She's got, again, a sawn off behind her head and a pistol in her hand. And she's got the cross hanging down from her waist.
So what's the one that was in the original, the Black Plague one? Was that Sister Anne or something like that?
Yes.
There was a nun in there, wasn't there?
Yeah, it's the one you played.
It's one I played frequently, yeah.
We have Hannah, who is a home defender. There we go. Now, which one's Anna? I think it's probably, because it doesn't tell you on the thing who they are, so you just try and match up the image as best as you are, and I guess I'd say it's her with the double barrel. I think it's double barrel shotgun. Then we have Henry, another brawler. Yeah, so the abilities are the same. So Henry, the brawler, and he's a prospector. There with the pick, also like him. We have Jeb, another home defender. There is Jeb. Yeah. I think the rules are the same for each class. I don't think there's anything specific. Now he's a shopkeeper, and there he is. He definitely has a double barrel shotgun and a moustache. So he's doubly cool. He has a stash and double barrel. We have Jimmy. There, he is another home defender. Jimmy's model is this guy with the bowler hat on. Then we have, is that Casey or Cassie?
Casey, I'd say.
Yeah. She's another brawler. Which one is she going to be? She's like the young kid type, or petite. One there with the, I think that'll be her. Then we have May, another brawler. Find the model. There she is. We have we have Meg, and she's a fanning class ability. So she's the gunslinger. And I would guess that is her. Then we have another gunslinger. We have Molly. Which will be Molly. Another gunslinger.
Is that one?
Pablito. I like him. Actually, reminds me of
Oh, the
Good, the
guy
Bad and the
from...
Ugly.
Reminds me of the guy from Malifaux.
Oh, yeah.
Perdita's brothers.
Yeah. We have another faithful with Vid Retro. This is Thomas. He's your typical Western type, preacher type guy. He's even got a big cross. That's quite like that model too. That's cool. We have Trixie, who is the townsfolk with Home Defender again. And there is the model of Trixie. I'll let you all decide what her actual profession is. And then we have Turner, who's another gunslinger. And he should be V. He's got his hip shooting. So other than that, the models that are in this top tray, we have the Gatling gun. I imagine it's a Gatling gun. So if it's a Gatling gun, it'll probably tell us later what kind of gun it is. But that is there. And then we have some runner zombies. I'm assuming the runner zombies just because of the position they're in. There seems to be two types. One with left hand out, one with right hand out.
You can't leave the lefties out.
That's true. We have some wooden dice.
Awesome.
With spades, clubs, diamonds, and there should be some hearts on this, I imagine.
Cool.
They're cool, like playing card dice. And then we have base holders, which help you if you don't paint them.
Yeah, decide what colour you are.
They'd be a while till we paint these, I think.
Yeah.
And then we have the little tokens that should go into the player board, and these are all dynamite sticks, which is cool. That is cool, Robert. Honestly. He doesn't think so.
No, it's fine.
Doesn't like dynamite sticks.
No.
So we have some big guys. I don't know if these are fatties or something else. I think they must be fatties. But there's the other ones. Calm down, Robert. Calm down. Then we have our normal zombies. So normal zombie 1. We have a different mould, normal zombie 2. A different mould, normal zombie 3. That's a different one. Normal zombie 4. Nope, that's the one I would show. That one. Yeah, I got it wrong. I got it wrong. So that is most of the models that are in here. We have the small cards here. Okay, so we have these small cards. We have the bowler hat abomination with no special rule. We have the walker cards. They all seem to have the same picture on. Then we have these guys who are brutes, not fatties. Then we have runners. And then we have our abomination cards. Spawning abomination. And some more walker cards, running cards. And then we have the extra activation cards here as well. So those are the monster small cards. And then we have the actual weapon cards. Put that there for now. So we have Coach Gun, Colt Blunt Line, Heavy Saber. These are all bounty weapons. Henry Repeater. We have Manitu's Wrath. We have the Mauser C96. A Volcanic Pistol. All bounty weapons. Then we have, I imagine these are the normal weapons. We have some Colt SAAs. Got 3 of those. Some dynamites. 2, 3, 5, 6. We have some holy water. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of those. We have a kniff. We have several of those. 4 machetes. 2 machetes. 2 pickaxes. And then we have plenty of bullets. We're going to count those, there's loads of those. A Remington. We have 3 of those. We have a saber. 2 of those. We have sawn-offs. We have Schofields. 3 of those. We have a shotgun. Just 2 of those. Tomahawk. 2 of those. We have the twin barrel. I think that was the other shotgun that one of them had. And then we have water. Must be US rations, or US, sorry, not rations. Canteen, I was thinking. And then we have Winchesters. 2 of those. We also have the Gatling gun. Woohoo. And a wagon. Those are all the blue cards, and then we have the grey cards, which, without reading the rules, I'm assuming are the starting cards. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 old-timer guns, pistols. So they're going to be very basic. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 frying pans. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Springfield rifles. And that is everything that is in the main box as far as models, cards, dice and such go. So now we'll have a look at the tiles, floor tiles, just have a quick look, and the tokens. Okay, so we have some tokens. Be careful when you're opening the packaging, because all these slid out, nearly slid out behind it. So we have the tokens here. So all the walker tokens there, abomination tokens, some crates, exit. So all the standard stuff. There's a wagon token to represent the wagon for the wagon card. Turn it over. There you go. And then obviously you got your different coloured tokens for various missions. So a lot like the other Zombicide games as far as those tokens go. This is different. You didn't get a train in the other ones. So we have a train engine and a train track on the opposite side. Then we have a train track, and probably just like a train that's transporting goods. Again, train track. Yeah. So we have those. Those are the ones that nearly fell out, so be careful when you're on it, like I said. And then we have the floor tiles, all numbered. And we have obviously inside and outside. Turn them over, they are double-sided. This looks like the edge of a fort, maybe. We'll find out when we actually play the game. Kind of does like a fort, but then you've got like normal lounges and stuff. Could still be, don't know. Unless it's just like a fancy house. So we have that one there. Turn it over. Again, another thing that looks like a turret. We have this one. Turn it over. It's like a redoubt for a cannon, or maybe the Gatling gun, because there's little bullets on there. And there we go. I wonder if these like double up. Oh, I don't know. I'll find it when we get to the actions. And there we go. So this looks like a bar, well, saloon. Fabulous. Obviously this is falling down the street and you go in. Got all the bodies in the back. Lovely. I wonder if we can get this played for Halloween. That would be a good video. That one. And then we have this one. Get me some standard houses. Something's going on in there. We have a mine shaft by the looks of it. And then some more standard houses. And then we have that one. So, some tiles, some nice artwork on the tiles. It does give the Wild West vibe. That's good. So that is everything that is in the main box. And if you're buying this from scratch, not from the Kickstarter, that is where you want to start with this box. And then expand from there. So, let's expand from here and pick one of the other boxes to look at. So before we move on, just in case you've never played Zombicide, better have a look at the rulebook. Just to show you, it's not a thick rulebook. The rules for Zombicide are relatively straightforward. We have the contents, obviously. We have just the contents there. We have the rules here for setting up. Player boards, and that's what your boards. It's kind of what it's going to look like when it's set up. We have the basics. This is basically tells you how to run through a scenario. It's the same as usual. It breaks down on the weapons. And again, we might play this on the channel. If people want to see us play this, put it in the comments. I'd like to play this. It's just me in class. See if we can get some other people right. We have the walkers, the zombies. So walkers, brutes, not fatties. Runners. And we have the player phases here. So what's the player phases? Rules for the zombie phase. And don't if you're thinking, oh, there's a lot in here. A lot of this is description based. It's just giving you examples of the movement. Once you get into a Zombicide game, it flows really quickly. It's just showing you how to deploy zombies. And the combat rules, again, really simple. Literally looking at a number, roll the dice. It doesn't get much more complicated than that. Unless you've got like special rules on a weapon, but even then. Special zones. Tells you how to divide the zones up. We've got the train, so rules for the train. No idea, I've not read it. But obviously we have some new rules in there. It doesn't really take up a lot of space. And then rules for putting the train in. It sort of slides between the other tiles, I thought it would. We have companions. The companion is the Garlingon by the looks of it. It's a bit like companions in the other games if you've played them. If you haven't, it's just like a little add-on that your character can have. And then Ultra Red mode, which is the hard mode. Once you've leveled up. And then we have the missions. So these are the actual missions. So usually, yeah, there's a tutorial mission, which is literally just 2 tiles in this one. Then we have the first mission, which is the bandwagon, which is 4 tiles. 6 tiles for the second mission, third mission, 6 tiles. And then you can just have things in different ways. We have 8, 9, 10 Pillars of Faith. Is that the last mission? Yep. So 10 missions to run through. It's almost like a little campaign. And the skills sort of index at the back. And that is it. That's the whole rules for the game. And there is a cheat sheet on the back to tell you the player phase, the zombie phase, and the end phase. And literally once you start playing the game and after a few rounds, this is how easy it is. You probably will only need to refer to this and maybe a few little rules queries. Cool. So let's move on to another box now. So this is the Gears and Guns expansion. Don't think this was a Kickstarter exclusive, so this should come out, I think, as is. Don't quote me on any of this, citation needed, and so forth. This also has a bit of backing paper in it as well. But let's get this opened up. And well, it's age 14 plus, probably shouldn't even be here. So it's also got the recommended cards on the back.
Well, that's good.
It's no longer FFG one.
No.
Game Genic. So yellow and grey. On that, there's a recommended one. I imagine the FFG ones will still fit. You can still get on them.
Yeah. We couldn't last time, could we? Had ordering.
So, what's different? I'm confused. What's different? Maybe it's just a protective sheet.
The bit at the bottom right hand corner.
This bit?
Yeah.
What's that? Oh, scratch check authenticity. No, so it's an authenticator.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
That's what it'll be covering, the authenticator.
There we go. So, it's covering the scratch thing. Let's take this off. We'll do it quietly because Robert's asleep. No, do it normally. So we have the rules and missions, which we'll take a look at the end this time. We have our templates. So I think that's a Steam gauge. So this is obviously the steampunk expansion. We have the survivor name and player name. So I wonder if this is a way for adding on the campaign rules. That reminds me of the stuff from Massive Dan.
It does actually, yeah.
We have some more tiles, which we'll look at again at the end. We have the pegs for that steampunk dial. There is a gap for these to go in. They might have been in the original one, I didn't actually look. Silly me, but that's, so I'll take these off. Then we have our new characters. We also have some random things that I have no idea what they are. Reveal when a survivor has a line of sight on this card. That's new. We have a whole bunch of these. They're all numbered. Are these like secret? These aren't really secret objectives, are they?
Potentially, perhaps. If they're all
Right, well, I'll leave them in the package until I know what they are.
They're not a blurb that comes with them, like
Probably in the book.
yeah.
We have... No, I thought they were all under there then. We have some weapons and some more weapons there. And obviously there's an abomination in this as well. So that'll be for where the steampunk down goes. Oh, I like what I just thought of actually. So let's take this off. Smell I'm going to say the smell of cardboard and plastic.
A knife.
We have sellotape on this one. Which was a trick because I wasn't expecting sellotape. Like the Spanish Inquisition, you never expect sellotape. Ah, it's on the side as well. Come on. Let's get a knife. So we have our year's dice. So these are the standard ones, the worst one. I don't believe I put them on the orders to be fair. We have another abomination. There we go. And right, so I've opened a packet of names. So we're starting with Anthony, who is a brawler. And this guy here with the bionic arms is Anthony. So what's he got, like steampunk arms and machetes and a top hat. Yep. Right, playing him. We have townsfolk. We have Bonnie. I think the rules are exactly the same. I don't think they're like different class rules. So Bonnie should be you, I think. I think that's her there. We have Thaddeus. There we go. So Thaddeus. Is this Thaddeus? Don't think so. Maybe? No, guy next to him, I think. Yeah, that's Thaddeus. He's a gunslinger and he's cool. We have Jean. She is an engineer. So that is a new class. So their ability is emergency refill. She is, I think, with the sabre and the saw. She's cool. Then we have another townsfolk. We've got Nora. Which is that model. With the rifle. Or is that shotgun? First model scene where it's a little bit bent. We have Lee, who is another gunslinger and is probably the guy I picked up before. Yep. We have Leonard. He's another engineer, and looks like this guy. And then we have Marilyn, another engineer. And that must be her. We have Nicholas. Not from what it said Nicola. What, Nicholas Tesla? No, it's got Nicholas. who is an engineer who comes with a chainsaw. Might be playing this him instead, change my mind. And then we've got Richard, who by default must be this guy in the corner. And there he is. What's his special? He's another brawler. So he gets a full steam +1 free charge. Okay, cool. So those are the new models for the characters. So before we got one new abomination. This guy. He's got a giant wrench. And then we have the cards here. So we're gonna I'll go over these cards off camera, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, it's got that open. So we have this is the card for the abomination. So it's a steam monster abomination. When the steam monster enters the zone, any steam nozzles are broken. So it's painful. So we have some sawn-off shotguns. We have a Schofield. 2 of those, 3 of those even. We have the shotgun card though. Tomahawks. Twin barrel. Then we have some more water cards. A couple more Winchester cards. I think the pictures of these are different from the ones in the main box. I don't know if the stats are any different. I'd have to get them out again and compare them. But we have some other cards here. So this is body armour, and then we've got some various other things. So we have this. These are inventions. Type B52 body armour, 2 of those. We have, this reminds me almost more of Massive Darkness, so I think it's on the armour and stuff. Brawler gloves, 2 of those. Gunslinger fist, 2 of those. Jump boots, 2 of those. Long arms, 2 of those. We have marksman's goggles, 2 of those. We have sprint boots, 2 of those. We have a steam bottle, we have a few of those. And then we have steam vision goggles. So we've got those cards. And we've got some more cards. So we have bounty weapons. So I think these will be like the ones in the main game. We have a tumbling pistol. We have a clockwork rifle. We have a Frontier Industries rifle. We have a patriotic sabre. We have a troubleshooter. And we have a revolving pistol. These like they should be in Fallout. We have chainsaws. We have a Colt SSA. Again, I don't know if that's different from the one in the main game. We have some dynamite. We have some holy water. We have some kniffs. They do look different. I don't know if the steam weapon is any different from the normal one again. Machetes, pickaxes, and plenty of bullets. Remington. And sabres. There we go. So that's all the small cards. So let's have a look at the tiles. So we have some more of these corner tiles that kind of look like a fort, but I think again they're actually like buildings coming in with some tile. And Robert's back in the room. We have this kind of like a steam plant or something. We've got one. We've got another one. Here we have. Again, these look similar to the ones in the main game, but we've got these steam plant type things on. So very similar in fact. We have another mine shaft, slightly different. And there we go. And also there. So these look almost the same as the ones. I think it's slightly different artwork. But look almost the same. And then they've all got these little like steam generators on there. Cool. So let's have a quick look in the book. So we'll briefly have a quick look through this. Hopefully I might answer some of the questions. I've got, let's first off, those cards in the packages, they're objective cards. Okay, so that's what they are. We have everything on that. So we've got steam jets. I did think when I was taking them out, they might be the jets that we were talking about with the abomination breaking them off. So we've got switches for the smaller bits, we've got the steam gauge. That's what they all were. With the advanced rules in here, we have plenty of rules to go through. Again, if you want to see these in action, we can always do a video playing through this expansion of the main game. We have gears and guns rules. So yeah, we've got the rules for the nozzles. So yeah, those were steam machines of some format on the boards, and these seem to interact with those. And yeah, that was for campaign rules. So that's what the notepads were for. So I might do what I did with the what we did with the Massive Darkness ones. We laminated them.
We did.
With the Massive Darkness ones, we laminated one from each class.
Yeah, and then use that.
And then just wrote on them, so we didn't use the pad up. So probably just take 6 of these and laminate them. Then you've got the 6 for the 6-player mode. We have the other rules here. So Dangerous Wonders rules. And then we've got the missions, Fighting Words, A Horse with No Name, 4 Rusted Horses, the Relay Station, Fort Bolton, Steam Rush, the Sleeping Machine. We have Rolling Up Our Sleeves. We have the convoy, sorry, this is Cowboys Convoy, and then we have Release the Pressure. So it's another campaign with 10 missions in. That's pretty good. And then some new skills indexed at the back, and another cheat sheet, probably with the updated rules on. There we go. So that's cool. It's a nice little expansion. If you like steampunk stuff, it's definitely for you. If you don't like steampunk, you don't need it. So, what's next? We have another box which is slightly smaller than this, quite a bit smaller than this. So move on to that one, I think. Okay, so this is the Running Wild expansion, considerably smaller than the previous box. So this is, let's turn it over, let's see what we get in. This is the game content. I think there's another paper card here. Let's just open this up.
It looks like it.
Again, I think it's to cover up that thing.
Yeah, the authenticator.
Yeah. Oh, it's for any other reason than that. Let's have a look. Robert is desperate to get inside this. He's sat next to the camera waving his arms at it. What do we get? So, we have tile instruction manual on this one. So this is just an add-on expansion. So yeah, there wasn't a missing horse.
Yeah, I was going to say.
So these are the riderless horses, but I did get the one horseback, which replaces them with actual models. So I'll have a look at them straight after this. So in this we are getting rider survivors, switching modes for being on horseback and not being on horseback, a new skill, rider skill. And then we've got the Nightmare Horse Abomination. We have Roberto. Robert, they've got a character for you, Roberto.
Yay!
Brilliant. Let's have a look at these. Oh, it's alright, it's alright. You don't have to play that character. Okay. So we have Roberto. There we go. Again, a brawler on a horse. There are two models here. This guy, and I think it says it, this one. You go with the tomahawk and the machete. Pretty cool. Then we have Abby. So she's another brawler. I think that is her. And that one more. Then we have Gunslinger Mitchell. So, which one's Mitchell? Must be this guy with a really cool cloak. So I take it that's him. Oh, he's got the face mask on. Mysterious. Then we have Amelia. She is another gunslinger. It's not her. She must be her. Oh, she's cool. And now this is her non-horse version. So we have another we have a townsfolk. So on the back of these is the rider skill, not the actual class skill. That's Ollie. And she is that. Yeah, I'll leave it up to your imaginations what her profession is. And finally, I have Tyler, the home defender. So that must be this guy down the bottom with the saber. And there he is, though, this time with a pistol and knife. Oops, pistol and knife combo. We have the horse abomination. Definitely think of nightmares. We have some large base markers. And then we have the horse abomination on there, which seems to have an effect on everything on the board, all zombies. Doing 1 wound, deal 2 instead, that's lethal. So there we go, so that is, I'll take it out, there's only the one card in there. And just to quickly show you, these are the, I'm not going to take these out, there's only 2 types. There's that horse, and then there's repeated 3 times. Just to replace the tokens on the board. So that is the Running Wild with the Lone Horse pack add-on. So again, those are the rules for the Abomination though. You can see that on there. And yeah, it's that's horrible. Cool. There's another nice little expansion for it. Put that away and then we'll move on to one of the other boxes. One thing I will say, given the box art on the Lone Horse pack, it's probably Kickstarter exclusive. I don't know if we'll get them later. So, who's up? Abominate and Crocosaur, that's who's up. Let's open this up. There we go. We have Abominate and Crocosaur. Just a link for the two sides, that's fine. Cool. We obviously have two cards in here. So Abominate, you can attack at range 0-1. First attack it makes snatches the target survivor instead. Survivor is removed from the board until the Abominate is eliminated. That's nasty. We have Crocosaur. This attacks deal 2 wounds. Roll dice whenever Crocosaur would be eliminated, and on 4+ it survives. You may throw 2 sticks of dynamite at it with the same action to ignore this. Cool, so let's have a look. I'll go in this no, not rotated this time. I'm not even on a base because it's that massive. There is the Abominate Ape. Yeah, it's King Kong gone mad. I think huge. And the Crocosaur. Yeah, it's crocodile with almost like human-esque arms. Absolutely massive. Definitely going to need Troy Landry to come and help you with that, because that is huge. There we go, those are the 2 Abomination models that are in this pack. Pretty straightforward. Close it up. And now we shall move on to the side. Shall we look at dead stock? Then I'll look at the dead stock one. Let's do that. So, dead stock, so 4 more Abominations. Eventually. Oh, this box is open. There we go. Hoorah. Cool. So, there's stock Abominations. We have a Blood Bull, a Bison, we have Texas Deadhorn, and we have an Abominable. So the Abominable immediately performs an extra activation each time it survives a melee action. Ouch. Or a ranged action aimed at it. The Texas Deadhorn, melee actions performed in the Texas Deadhorn zone, and ranged actions aimed at its zone cost 1 additional action. This game effect also applies when attacking any other zombies in the same zone. The Bison deals 1 wound to each survivor standing in zones it moves into. And the Blood Bull, if the Blood Bull has line of sight on its destination zone, at the start of activation it moves to 3 zones to reach it. Set its destination zone while moving the Blood Bull, it moves to get there, don't change its course if a new target appears along the way. So those are the rules. Saves me opening the cards. There's 4 cards in there, so let's have a look at the models. These guys aren't as large as the other two, so they actually get bases to them. But yeah, here is the Bison. Looks like a Tauren who's, I don't know, fallen into the warp. That's great. Speaking of which, does this guy really, to be honest? Oh my word. So he is the Texas Deadhorn. And we have an Abominable. He's not quite as impressive as the Texas Deadhorn, to be honest. But still scary. And then the Abominable. Yeah. That's quite heavy, that one, surprisingly. There we go. Those are the 4 models. They're pretty cool. They will eventually be painted, as will everything in the collection, but I won't be waiting to play the game. I'll be playing it before I paint them, because that'll be a while off. So that is the Deadstock expansion. The next biggest box for expansions is the Long Dead Walkers. Okay, so Long Dead Walkers. There we go. Men of Medicine say zombie curse is some kind of disease, likely an unknown form of rabies. Priests on the hand call it divine punishment for the lust of gold and playing poker. And they have the same target priority as walkers and are affected by walkers' extra activations. They are immune to ranged actions. What? They are immune to ranged actions. They are still affected by game effects like dynamite though. Well, that's not nasty whatsoever. So these are basically Skelly Bubbles. So we have the card for adding the Skelly Bubbles. And then we have the Skelly Bubble models. So there's 3 different types. And then 5 of each. So we have this guy who is sort of classic skeleton. Could be a skeleton from anything. There's nothing particularly Wild Westy about him. We have a skeleton in giraffe, slightly more era orientated. And then we have skeleton in skirt. Again, pretty much could be from anything. That. So those are the Long Dead Walkers. So it's just something to add into the game to spice it up a bit, give you more things to think about. Most like the Abominations, really. Once you've played it a few times, it's something to make it a little bit different. And let's put that on there. So, next we're going to move on to the Steampunk Extras. I think these, actually, yeah, we will wait. These are the Kickstarter. I'm going to do the Paolo Parente guest box, and then I'll do the ones. I think the Steampunk Extras are the Kickstarter models. So we have the models here. I'll come back when I've undone these. So Evolution, we're looking, whatever you want to say it. Definitely looks like Snoop Dogg on that picture, I'm afraid. But there is the Gunslinger. And that is the model. We have Zeb. Yeah, another gunslinger. And there is the model. That's really cool. It's another moody model. Well, we have Townsfolk. We have Marcy. There she is. We have a Brawler. Madison. We have Sheriff Hale, a gunslinger. There's the model. We have Sable. Really cool model. Lots of motion in these models. I like these, like coats swinging up, stuff like that. Just swing around. We have Lila. We have Coulson, another gunslinger. Another cool model. And then we have Mr. Grey, another gunslinger. Last model in the set, who's definitely not a ghoul from Fallout. But there he is. Those are the 9 models in that box, which is pretty cool. And it's 9 different characters to play. So that is the special guest box that I've got, and we will do the Steampunk Extras box before we get on to the other big box that I've got. So Robert. Okay, so we have 3 boxes left. Small, medium and large, so I'm going to start with the small one. So all these boxes are the Kickstarter exclusives. And the first one is it's the main one you got. We're back in, and that's Sister Temperance. So a single model. Well, she is a single model, but she also has a version on a donkey. Let me just get into that. So she is one of the faithful. She's good because you only get 2 in the box, and she has the riding mode version. So same with the ones in the Running Wild set. There was some sellotape on that, but I beat it. So there she is, Sister Temperance with shotgun. Sister Temperance on donkey. There we go. Put that back in there. So that was the one you got automatically before any of the stretch goals for backing. So I doubt it'll be ever sold separately. We'll be able to get it on eBay. Probably some shops may have it as well. We've got multiple Kickstarters or anything. Next up, we'll actually do the Steampunk ones because it's the next size up. So this is the Steampunk Extras box. So let's get this open. So this came in the second pledge, I think. It's been a while since I've actually placed the order. It didn't have different pledge names, I don't think. Well, if it did, it's not on the invoice slip. So I have no idea what the different. It could just be in the Steampunk expansion. These ones are the Kickstarter models you got for getting the Steampunk one as well. So let's get these out of there, and we also have these as well. So if you've never backed Zombicide before, or you've never seen Zombicide before, all the Kickstarter models are pop culture references. Some of them get lost on me, but I'll go through any of the ones I know, and if you know of any in the comments when you've watched the video, please feel free to put them on. So starting off, we've got Lord Forsaken, who I believe, here we are, have the model in the wheelchair. Yes, Robert, that is the model. Do you approve? You don't know what to say, speechless. So this is the Steam chair from the items list, and this is Lord Forsaken, who I believe would be Kenneth Branagh from Wild Wild West, the villain. There he is, an engineer. So this is a new class, again like the steampunk expansion. Next up, sorry about that. Right, so the next one up is Violet, the engineer, obviously. Those are the abilities for Violet. Let's show you the side. Oh, that will go long. But there is the model, which I believe is a reference to Maeve from the Westworld series. Cool model. Next up we have Calvin. There we go. So this is an obvious reference to, the name's actually Calvin Klein, but the reference is to the underwear that Mark McFly wore in Back to the Future. Which cool thing about this reference is also, obviously, because the third Back to the Future film is set in the Wild West as well. So we've got Mark McFly on a hoverboard, which is awesome. I'm surprised they didn't call him Clint, just because he said he was called Clint Eastwood. But we have the Steam Drifter, which is the hoverboard. So next up we have Doc Umber, obviously Umber being brown, that's a direct reference to Doc Brown. And this is the model. So pretty much sans the backpack and a few other bits. That's almost the stance that Doc had when he turns up in Back to the Future 3 and he just shot the rope that Marty was being hung by and threatens Biff Tannen. It's cool. So next up we have Snake Eyes, which is obviously a reference to the Three Amigos and Lucky. Obviously Snake Eyes is the opposite of Lucky, and that's the Steve Martin character. The only disappointing thing with this, it's not the model or the reference, is the fact there's only two of them and there's not the Three Amigos. That would have been awesome. So we have Snake Eyes, and then next up we have Jeans, which is a reference to Dusty Bottom, which is Chevy Chase's character from. So these last two are gunslingers. And Calvin was also a gunslinger, which is cool. Not all engineers. And there he is with the massive Mexican hat on. That's awesome. Old Cuss, I'm not 100% sure. It kind of does look like Ian McShane a little bit from, I think it was, I can't remember what it was. Was it Hell on Wheels? I can't remember what he was in, to be honest. It's kind of got that look. If it's something else, it might be. This one's a bit vague to me. So, model is there. It does look a lot like him. Zale, again, I'm not entirely sure whether it's meant to be Charles Bronson. Because it kind of does look like him, again. That's a brawler. Notes with the axe. And then there's Dottie, who, when I saw that, because she's on the front cover, I did wonder if she was meant to be Dolores, but apparently this is a reference to Hello Dolly. I don't know this one at all. But there we go. She's a townsfolk. So those are the models that are in that set. Those are the Kickstarter ones. And you get got for backing on that level of pledge. And one of the main reasons was I couldn't pass the chance to get clients lined up. So, Stephen Extras. So now we move on to the big box. This is the same size box as the actual main game, and it's just filled with models, as far as I know. So let's get this one done. Yeah, it's filled with models and cards. There's a rules booklet as well. It's nice that they come in their own box as well. I do like that. So we have new abominations. These are the abominations that are in here. Anything else? I'll have a proper look in a minute. I just want to see daily duels, house rules as well, and yeah, just a little bit about the monsters that are in here. So we have a lot of models to go through. And those are the abomination cards. So let me get these out of here and get this all tape off this. Okay, so we have first up Grayson. So I did have a look at some of the references online. Dottie previously, sorry, was Dolores, and Jackie Chan was the other one who I thought was maybe a Charles Bronson type character. But I've done a look at these as well. Some of them references are still actually unknown. Grayson is possibly Wild Bill Hickok, even though there's a Wild Bill Hickok in this. So, if anyone does know, you can put it in the comments, but that is the model. Next up we have Reigns, who looks like to be Daniel Day-Lewis from Gangs of New York. But if he looks like anybody else, let us know. This one's a bit of a mystery. It could just be generic historical Indian in a cavalryman's outfit, like a cavalry scout. I think Sister Grace is meant to be Sally Fields. I'm not sure the last one either. These are actually almost in order. One of the cards I've ordered from the order the miniatures are in. The other good thing is all these are numbered, and the numbers are actually on the case as well. Next up we have Creature Paul. And there's some confusion over who this is meant to be, but they reckon it's Planet of the Apes reference. It's really hard to tell, to be honest. But there is the model. Then we have Father Winston. Let's come on, why not one? We have Tilly. We have Professor Fletcher. We have Billy the Kid, who is a historical reference, obviously. We have Butch Cassidy, another historical reference. We have Hank, who is 100% Charles Bronson from Once Upon a Time in the West, down to what he's wearing, basically. We have Doc Holliday. I don't know if it's meant to be Dennis Quaid, Doc Holliday, or not. Hard to tell, but he's a historical character, so. We have Jesse James. Yeah, I'm not sure if the picture's meant to be an actor who's played him, but another historical character. Now we have the actual whelped Bill Hickok. Double guns. We have Sheriff Earp, who does look like Kurt Russell. Then we have Weiser, which apparently online says it's a reference to Budweiser. Next up we have Charles. Jeez. Come here. And we have Mika, which I believe is a Once Upon a Time in the West reference again. The model looks more like her than the actual drawing does, to be fair. We have the Nameless, who obviously is Clint Eastwood, man with no name. A cracking model to go with. We have Woods. So this is apparently a reference to Ed Harris, one of the characters that Ed Harris has played. double sawn offs. Miguel, which is Eli Walsh, again from Good, Bad and Ugly. Or he wasn't a Good, Bad and Ugly, but it could be one of his many other roles. As Villain. Here he is, double machetes. It's pretty cool. And we have Eli, who's apparently a reference to the original Django, I think. There he is. And then we have Wolf, who's a reference to Jamie Foxx from Django Unchained. Maybe there. That's a cool model. And we have April. Then we have Rusty, who's Rooster Cogburn from True Grit. So yeah, he looks now, as a character, I would like to see you go up against the zombie apocalypse. We have Maybell. And Garth. I think that is a caricature of John Wayne, to be fair. I think from the I think he's meant to be from the Searchers. And then we have Rob, which I think is meant to be a reference to Quigley. Right, Quigley from Quigley Down Under. Good film, actually, if you like Tom Selleck. Well, it doesn't. I would say it doesn't look like him. I'd say it's dressed like him. But yeah. We have Jenny. So there she is. And we have Clint. For some reason he's called Clint. I don't know why. It's Lee Van Cleef from Good, the Bad and the Ugly, and the Few Dollars More series. Yeah. Fistful of Dollars, Few Dollars More, and Good, the Bad and the Ugly. Because General or Man in Black, or he was referred to as General. Was he General? Okay. Been a while since I've seen those. I need to watch them again. We have Hobbs. And we have Lilith. this is a reference to goblins. I think. And we have Martin. So this is definitely Maverick. I think Martin is a reference to Martin Riggs. But I think that's definitely meant to be Maverick. And we have Earl, who definitely reference to Morgan Freeman from Unforgiven. Yeah, Fina. These are cool models, by the way. We have Monica. Dual machetes. I approve. And we have Benji, so that's Robert Redford. Double axes and the shotgun. Then we have Salma Hayek, or Bloody Mary. There we go. Okay, so next we have Ruby. I think it's meant to be Sharon Stone's character. Yeah. Rifle and the shotgun. We have Trips. We have Connie. I'm not 100% sure on this, but it certainly looks like one of the Wyatt Earp brothers. The actor that played him in Tombstone. So we have Christoph. It's 100% Yul Brynner from The Magnificent Seven. Next up we have a political reference. The judge, I think she was she the oldest judge? Died in office. I can't remember, honestly. Claire would know. She just put Rob. She's taken Robert up to bed. So you have the judge. That. Sheriff Mittens, who's Bernie Sanders. And these were references that were fresh at the time. I feel like they've not perhaps aged well. Nice models though. We have Shay, who escapes me, but we think the internet we think the internet. It could be James Brown, possibly. It is hard to tell on some of them. I mean, he's wearing a cape. And there's usually a music reference somewhere. We have Desba. No, not a clue on this one. For whatever reason, she's the only one who gets a special weapon, which is the bowler. It's the only weapon in here, and she gets that. And so she is like a ranged archer. As opposed to the non-ranged archers. There you go. But like a gunfighter, but without guns, with a bow instead, was what my brain was trying to convey. This guy, Nabahi. Again, don't know. They've got a He-Man stance, whoever he's meant to be. Then we have a Dazani. Again, don't know. She comes equipped with a hoe, if that helps, and a basket of something. Corn. I don't know if that's a reference. Must be a reference. Why else would you put it on? A basket of corn and a hoe. I don't know. We have Deswad. Who is that? And another one that was out of place as far as the order of these cards was it's I think it was about 4th or something, but it's actually the last model. So it's and again, not entirely sure what the reference is. The name, obviously, it's like Chits and Itcha. Gun's a little bit bent on that one. Most of the castings on these have been pretty good actually. There's a couple where the guns are just a little bit bent, so I might use the hot water treatment and try and bend them back. I might not, I might just leave them, because they're probably going to get bent back in these. So those are the player models, and then we also have some Zombles and some Abominations, so let's take a look at those. So actually, first up we have some additional zombies. These are the daily dual house rules. You can actually just use these as extra walkers, or you can use the house rules up in the book. So I'll just let you know what they are. So we have ourselves this guy first. So this is the Revenant. So when this guy is killed, this guy will respawn on the closest corpse pile. So he can really be killed. Next up we have 2 of these models. These are gunslingers. They get to make an attack at range of 0-2. Then we have the Teacher, which there's one of, which is here. So, seeing the zombified teacher is unnerving, making survivors blank out and forget all they have learned. Survivors with a line of sight to the teacher are unable to use any skills they have unlocked by gaining AP, but they can still use their blue skill. Next up we have the lumberjack. When selecting his destination zone and moving towards it, the lumberjack ignores walls. Nasty. Next up we have the miner. So again, it looks like there's two models of the miner. I think that's the miner. Yeah, because it's got a sack of dynamite. So the miner's baggers are loaded with highly explosive dynamite. When eliminated with a ranged attack, he explodes, killing all actors in the zone. Place the boom token in his zone. He can also be eliminated normally with a melee attack, and the survivor who does so can gain a dynamite. That's quite cool, I like that one. Yeah, that's cool. So next up we have the snake oil salesman. Beware the swindler. During his activation he'll randomly discard one equipment out of a survivor's backpack instead of attacking. We have the station master. So, the station master spawns on the backmost tile of a train, if possible, and while on the train he has 3 actions per activation. Next up, I think it's this guy. We have the stagecoach driver. So the stagecoach driver always spawns on the wagon zone, if there is one. When he moves, the wagon moves with him. If he enters a zone containing survivors, he runs them over, dealing 1 wound to all of them. Nasty. We have the soldier. So the soldier is every bit as lethal as with a rifle as any gunslinger, and no less fearsome in combat. When activated, the soldier can attack survivors at range 0-2. When attacking in his own zone, he deals 2 wounds. That is lethal. Next up we have the mariachi. The sound of the mariachi are very distracting, making it hard to attack. Any attack action directed at his zone requires +1 to his accuracy to hit. I think that just leaves this guy. So this is the horsehead walker. With his newfound speediness and under his steady gait, the horsehead walker can run like the wind. He may make an extra move per activation. Right, cool. Some of those are pretty cool actually. I think I like the minor one. I could see that being a cool little game mechanic. You can blow them up from a distance. You can try and steal the dynamite off them. The mariachi's quite good as well. I like those two. Snake oil salesman, that could be a bit of a pain. Yep. I could see them all being of use, those. Quite cool. So we have the abominations. Yay. So let's see if we can get this right. I believe this is the Alpha Bane Abomination. And he has 3 actions per activation. Ouch. Next up we have the Cactus Queen Abomination. So when the Cactus Queen is eliminated, each actor within range 0-1 and line of sight suffers 1 damage. Explodes with like needles going everywhere. Next up we have this guy. This guy. Here we go. This guy with the long arm is Death Grasp. Any survivor standing within range 0 to 1 and line of sight of Death Grasp, bloody hell, at the end of its zombie phase is dragged into the abomination zone. That's with a reach like that. Next up we have Fat Mace. See why? His attacks deal 2 damage. Then we have the Gore Gazer, or Gore Gazer. Where is he? It's actually very hard to tell some of these apart. You're like, is it this one? Later on, so it must be this one, I would say. Yeah, I'd guess it's this guy because the picture of him is just literally his head, which makes it hard to see the whole body. But this guy's Gore Geyser. So whenever the Gore Geyser activates the line of sight of a zone with 1 or more survivors, it performs an attack aimed at that zone. Each survivor in the target zone is dealt a wound. Then we have the Little Trickster. So as long as this abomination is on the board, survivors cannot reroll dice in any way, roll an extra dice for skills or game effects, or get bounty weapons. That's nasty. Next up we have the Melting Pot, which is the goriest looking of the abominations. So each time the Melting Pot activates and before it moves, place 2 walkers in its zone. If there are not enough walkers, ignore the special rule. I kind of like that. It's kind of like a mobile spawn point as well as being an abomination. Next up we have Plymouth Hound Abomination. So the Plymouth Hound can only be eliminated by the survivor with the lowest amount of AP. Several survivors share the lowest amount, then all of them can kill this abomination. Next up we have Pussbag. Pussbag creates a boom in its zone upon elimination, and all actors in this zone are eliminated as well. The survivor who eliminated the Pussbag earns all related AP. It's again, I feel like the miner, actually. Then we have the Rotten Claw Abomination. This is one of the bigger ones. It activates if the Rotten Claw is in line of sight of a zone with 1 or more survivors at range 0-1. It attacks and deal 1 wound to all survivors in that zone. Yeah, some of these abilities are game changing. Next up we have this guy. So this is a Swamp Tongue Abomination. Any survivors standing within range 0-1 and within line of sight of the Swamp Tongue must spend an additional action to leave their zone. And we have the Great Trickster. This guy has no head, you can see that, because this guy has 3 heads. He has a raven head, a coyote head, and a rabbit head. And they go on to the model, and you have to basically eliminate its 3 forms. So it deals 3 wounds, and you have to eliminate all 3 avatars in order. So you're essentially getting 3 abominations in one. The rules for that are summarised on the card, but not very clear, so if we put them back, I shall read them from the book. So the Raven is the first totem. It is eliminated with the damage 2 or more to hit. When the Raven spawns, each survivor's miniature takes the place of the next survivor's miniature, playing right after them in turn order. This is not a move action. Alright. To cause a little bit of chaos. Then the Coyote. The Coyote is limited with 3 damage or more. As long as the Coyote is on the board or the zombies do not provide AP when eliminated. And the third totem is Rabbit. The Rabbit can only be eliminated by dynamite or any effect eliminating all actors in the zone. And the Rabbit zone is considered to be a spawn point. Okay. That is horrible. So the last one is this guy. And this one's actually my favourite abomination model. This is the Wendigo. Oh, the model really does look like the Nowhere King to me. It's great. So as long as the Wendigo is on the board, survivors roll 1 less dice for their combat actions, with a minimum of 1. So subtly gimping everybody. Oh no. And obviously we've got all these little cards which I was reading from that can be thrown in to represent the abomination in question. It does leave a lot of gameplay options. Certainly going to have to play a few times before I add in any of these abominations. I do like them though. But there we go. So that is all the models. That was a lot. Took a while. Obviously I've missed out some of the references. Put in the chat if you know what they are. And I hope you've enjoyed the video, even though it's just an unboxing video. If you want to see us play the game, please put it in the comments. Obviously time is a luxury at the moment, but I really would like to play this. There we go. So please like and subscribe, and hopefully we'll see you again soon.